This week we've had over the last few weeks we've had lots of media around this Chat GPT, artificial intelligence chatbot, and of course it creates challenges, creates all kinds of challenges for us. But it does create possibilities as well. So I will talk about some of the challenges just for a moment, but I do want us to think about some of the possibilities. This is a new technology, and of course, the media is thinking about, well, how's it going to change? What's the downside of it? But let's think about the upside of it as well. If you've got artificial intelligence, you've got this expertise in your phone, in your computer, well, it might be a vehicle for equity. Some kids have got parents at home who have got particular expertise or depth of knowledge, and young people can draw on that. And of course, other young people can't draw on that expertise that other kids' parents might have. But now, a whole set of expertise that's available to young people and children. So we might be thinking as a system, well, how do we use this incredible new technology to drive equity in our system? Of course, some of the immediate challenges are really interesting. I ran a whole bunch of SACE Year 12 questions through the chatbot. So I'm just showing you a couple of examples, some physics questions on the left there, particularly technical and detailed questions. Absolutely nailed all of them. Some essay questions on the right-hand side there. Tried some of those and asked it to kind of put out the structure of an essay, asking it, how did the Weimar's Republican ability to solve economic problems lead to its downfall? I don't know a lot about that, but I put that in, and what I saw back was something that looked like a really credible response. Of course, the challenge is, I don't know if it's a credible response. I don't know if there's errors in there. I don't know what questions to ask the artificial intelligence to give me the sorts of questions that I want. In South Australia, I think we've been getting ready for this for a long time. We've been thinking about what our assessment looks like. I know there's a number of schools who've been asking their students to think about non-Googleable questions. Questions where the students are being asked to make their own judgment or a connection to their lives, or to deal with a particular scenario that they'd never seen before using their knowledge and skills. We're already starting to see assessment shift in that kind of direction. Of course, South Australia being the first place to do Year 12 exams online, that technology gives us the opportunity to do adaptive testing, where a student might give an answer, but the exam then says, yeah, but what about this? Or you've given an answer to that, but what if you looked at it from a different perspective? So we might have something that's adaptive to make sure that we're really digging into the way that students are thinking, the way that students are able to construct a response to a problem rather than just regurgitate the knowledge. So yes, the world's changing. Significant challenges, significant opportunities for assessment, opportunities for teaching and learning. We'll be getting ready for this, but we could lead on this. The world is changing. Our kids, in fact, all of us, are going to be working in a world where artificial intelligence makes an enormous difference. We've already seen articles about how articles in the newspapers by journalists have been written by artificial intelligence, legal reports written by artificial intelligence. It's going to have an impact on all of our work. It's certainly going to have an impact on the way that young people live their lives and do their work in the future. We could lead on this. We're really well positioned to lead on this. The question is, do we want to do it? Do we want to take collective responsibility for that? And just connecting that back to our students saying to us, yeah, but we want to do this. We want to grapple with problems. We don't want to focus on just knowing the answers. We want to be able to do that thinking. The world's demanding this. Our kids are asking for this. So just to get towards the end and think about, well, we have to think about our purpose. What is our purpose of education, of public education in South Australia? We can go all the way back to, for example, is John Dewey from the 1930s, talking about, actually, you know what, the purpose of education has always been the same: to give the young the things that they need in order to develop into members of society. I think some of the data that I've shared with you, some of the research that I've shared with you, some of the contextual factors like the disadvantage in some of our communities, like the introduction of artificial intelligence, and making us ask some questions about, well, what do young people need in order to develop into members of society? We have to reflect our society, our current society, and our future society.
So what will
The journey that we're going to go on together over the coming months and years. Thanks, everyone. Have a good afternoon.